This is a Headgum original.
Is the show happening already?
Yeah, I just hit the theme song, so get ready for whatever this is about to be.
We need headphones.
We're back in Holly Won't. As in, I don't think neither I nor Casey stand a chance against this liberal, woke, elitist, leftist mob that is Holly Weird executive levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't say anything anymore, I feel like. I feel like people were mad at me for the It's a Wedlock Life bit I did last week. I was super nervous about it because I didn't think that Trump was going to win the election.
Nobody cared.
Yeah, ultimately people liked it.
Yeah.
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 Casey?
Yeah.
You didn't listen to last week's episode, did you?
Of course not.
What do you mean, of course not?
I wasn't on it, was I?
You only listen to the ones you're on?
Yes.
The ones you're not on are the ones you should listen to because you don't know what happened.
Oh, so I got to keep up with the lore now?
That's part of it. What's your favorite part about last week's episode?
I didn't listen to it.
So you failed. You failed yet again, Donahue. Amir?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about last week's episode?
Bond of the week.
And who was mine? Don't think of this as like a quiz. Think of it as like you got to know the answers for
quiz.
like an exam. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, a test in a way.
I think you said Pee Wee Herman.
No, I said like James J. Bratspies, which is the CEO of Haynes, because it's like it could be Haynes Bond or whatever, but it also is Brat Spies. Like, what if James Bond was Brat?
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm walking out and I'm like,
Kind of dated, right?
and then it's like what is it? Yucky green comes down the side of the screen.
That's the name of the color.
It's Brat Green, but if before it was called Brat Green, what would you call that? I would call it like Puke Orange.
I like yucky green.
Yuck Green is good. Well, she also has a song called Yuck.
Does she?
Yeah, she's like, I don't remember how it goes actually, but it's like yuck. Basically, she's like saying that anyone who wants to commit to her, that turns her off.
Are you live producing while we talk? I see you like playing almost like a keyboard.
That's what I do. That's why I started sitting behind the producer's desk, because I could live edit and then I wouldn't have to edit as much later.
Interesting. And it's that intuitive, you're not even thinking about it.
I can I have one camera on you.
Yeah.
I have one on/bond me, and then I have one on Casey.
Looks like you have two on me.
No, I have one on you, and then there's another one on a different thing.
So you have no wide shot.
Not for this episode for now. It just has to do with, we need Anya in here. That was what the first thing on the episode was going to be about that, and I really need Anya in here.
She's
Anya's in a meeting.
She's in a meeting with and by the way, she wore a I don't know if that's like a pun for but she's not going to get it. And even if she did, she wouldn't like it. Yeah. We do have a lot to get to. I don't know if I want to waste it all.
Can we do the
Zero gets
Anya segment at the end? Or the next two build on the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. Here
Which
we
has
go.
never happened in the history.
This
of
has
the show.
never happened. That's what makes it kind of exciting, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Or are you worried it's going to like break precedent and not be funny?
I'm worried that we're waiting for Anya when we could just go to segment 2 and 3 and then go back to the Anya episode.
I'm open to that.
My
I
guess
might need to
is
take some convincing.
Segment 1 is like a 35-minute segment, and then
and then
segment
two
2 and 3
little
were
ones.
like
No, it's
2
really,
minutes
it's more of a
and 1
talking
minute.
point than a segment. I have full segments for later. We could just start them now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank God Anya's not here for this.
My Bond of the Week is Dax Flame. You remember this guy from
Yeah.
21 Jump Street? Yeah, so it's like Dax Flame's Bond or whatever the fuck. But also imagine a Bond so shy and ill-spoken that he gets rejected by the Bond girl. That's never happened in a James.
No, yeah. That's an interesting take on
Like
it.
imagine him like swinging and failing.
Yeah.
Missing. Swing and a miss is what I meant.
Yeah. That's what you just did?
That's what I meant to say, and I didn't.
Mm.
I'm saying he sidles up to a lass, right? And
Yeah.
she's interested at first, but then he speaks so stuttered and bad and off that he strikes out.
Yeah.
That would be kind of interesting, especially because he's such a spy.
Like a Jesse Eisenberg style.
Like Dax Flame.
Yeah, I'm saying what else? 'Cause just in case people don't know who Dax Flame is.
If people don't know who Dax is, they shouldn't listen. Turn the show off if you don't know Dax Flame. And before the ad break, I would say.
Our viewership would plummet.
Do you guys have any bonds of the week, or can we just get this over with? Or do you guys want to go to Musso and Frank's after this?
I could go to Musso and Frank's after this.
I mean, it's pretty early.
You suggested it.
Yeah, but then I just say stuff, but then I start to realize, like in actuality,
this is when the Hollywood power lunches happen.
Yeah, the 2 martini
Musso
lunch.
and Frank's. Yeah.
Which I don't know how anybody did that and drove, let alone closed deals.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, imagine having 2 martinis and then going back to work. There's no way.
It's like Mad Men.
Yeah. In this office, it's just Mad Man, which is me.
I'll say Phil Ivey. He's a professional poker player, but pretty smooth.
So you think he could handle his liquor, his gambling, and his guns?
Yes.
Okay. Casey?
Let's go with Mikey Madison from Honora.
I haven't seen Honora yet. I've heard it's amazing.
She's fantastic. I think she'd make a great James Bond.
That's really cool.
And progressive.
Did you say cable?
Did I say cable?
Did you say the word cable?
No.
Amir, you didn't say cable?
Mm-mm.
I could have sworn I heard. Because it's the word of the day, really.
Yeah, I know, but I haven't said it.
No one has said it yet.
Said what?
The word of the day.
The word of the day.
Which is?
I'm not sure.
You say you're not sure?
I think it's a wire.
It is ultimately cable.
Yeah.
Let's take it into Casey's lollies, right? So we've been doing this segment where it's like, oh, how many coins does Casey have, right?
Yeah.
You clearly don't carry around cash or change.
I've got cash.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it should have been Casey's dollars, but instead it's Casey's lollies. How many sweets do you have with you?
On my person,
Yeah.
I have no sweets on me.
Okay, in your
currently.
bag.
I have a couple
Tootsie Roll
throat lozenges.
I'm really trying to get to the center of the shit, but
I think I have like a couple of Ricolas in my backpack.
Amir, do you think that counts? It's okay to look at me, by the way. Sometimes when people shut down and feel like attacked or like uncomfortable around somebody, they avoid eye contact with them specifically. And I feel like that's maybe what's happening. By pointing it out, I think I make the energy more comfortable in the room. And you're still kind of staring off in his face.
I'm thinking about Tootsie Roll Pops because they were so everywhere when I was like in elementary school.
Deflecting a little.
Haven't seen them since.
Right, I was going to say.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but some of the wrappers had a star on them, and then you get like a free Tootsie Roll Pop if you found that one, or is it
That's what
just
I've heard, but I've never
Yeah.
seen anyone take the wrapper and take
Where
it
do
to
you
the
go
Tootsie
to
Roll
get
company
that?
to get their free Tootsie Pop.
You think that's true?
I
or
think
that
it was
just a
kids were full
rumor?
of shit.
Yeah, they just lied.
They were just lying kids.
But then some did and some didn't have stars, I think.
Yeah, but I think that's, there's the pattern and they just like kind of cut.
Yeah, and
Into
like,
the individual
some of them
wrappers, so
would
of course some of
have and
them
some
don't.
would not.
Yeah.
And going off of this, I kind of feel like chocolate doesn't belong in the middle of a
Yeah,
lollipop.
I never had that because I didn't like chocolate that much growing up. I'm like, I don't want this chocolate in the middle of a
It's
lollipop.
also not chocolate. It's like chemical chocolate imitation.
Yeah.
It's like orange drink because you can't call it orange soda or
like
orange
Reese's
juice.
Pieces is not actual chocolate or peanut butter.
You're right. Yeah, it's just chemicals.
It's just like two sludges that are dyed different shades of brown.
Yeah. What do you have against chemicals?
I didn't say anything against chemicals. You said something.
I think I might have said
against
some
chemicals.
disparaging comments about chemicals, about the formulas of these sweets and lollies, really, because I don't find them to be natural feeling. That's why I like dark chocolate. Have you ever had Ritter Sport? Sorry.
Say that one more time.
I'm drunk. Have you ever had Ritter Sport? Ritter Sport.
Remember
had
the
that?
chocolates that were in the shape of liqueur bottles that did have a little bit of
Yeah.
alcohol
That's
in them?
interesting, but
do
let me
remember
just...
Did they have alcohol in them?
I don't know. I never had one because I was
I think they
afraid.
do, but it's like a
Yeah.
negligible amount.
Really? And then
Yeah.
what's the liqueur in the fucking bottle?
I don't know. There's a bunch of different stuff. I know you can do... There's like Grand Marnier ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
They give it to kids.
I don't know if they give them. I know you don't get carded trying to buy them, but
Right.
I don't think they encourage kids to have them.
Well, when you say they, you mean the Dems, right?
Right. So Casey, before we were recording, was saying that we need a liberal Joe Rogan.
I'm saying there's a window of opportunity. A lot of people have been talking about it this week that there needs
So this is
to be.
Because you kind of said
I'm
it.
not saying it should be me.
You kind of said it like you were like, now's our chance. Let's do it on this episode.
we're a
Here we are
podcast
talking about Grand
company.
Marnier in little chocolate bottles.
It was interesting.
This sounds
I'm not
like,
saying it's not interesting. I'm just saying it's not slamming the conservatives.
Oh, I don't think the move is to slam the conservatives. You want
You want to lure them in. With,
you want them to come over. So we're
slurs.
talking about chocolate with with alcohol in it.
Well,
So
aren't you
that's
worried
what
about
they're
even
into.
well, chocolate is like a primarily Central American export. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's not good to bring up if you want the conservatives to be interested in it.
That's a good point. So we shouldn't talk about chocolate.
I just think they're gonna.
What do they like?
It's gonna make them think of Guatemala and Ethiopia, and then they're gonna start hissing and getting upset.
Yeah.
I
What
mean,
do they
Jeff
like?
is sort of the liberal Joe Rogan already. It's just not popular.
What is?
What is?
Jeff,
Oh,
Because I
like you couldn't
do a
sit
lot
down
of ill-researched.
and do a 3-hour
segment.
interview with like Nancy Pelosi.
I don't think she would be able to stand me.
yeah, I agree.
Really.
But I think that would
Well, I just
be a good look for the conservatives that we're trying to get over.
That's true, but I'm also nervous that she's gonna recognize me from when I tried to break into her house.
That was you?
We have to take a quick break.
Okay.
And
We'll get back to that.
yeah, we'll drop it during the break, I think.
Okay.
Okay. We're back.
Can you
Guys,
imagine if we waited for Anya? We would still be waiting.
yeah, it's pretty. I mean, look, I know that she's in the room over there with and but
yeah, you do know that. 'cause
I
you
know that.
constantly say it.
well, I don't know why they came in person for a meeting. It could have been a Zoom. The
They
whole thing
wanted
could
to
have been an
see the
email.
They
studio.
want to see the studio.
They wanted to tour the studio.
You know.
Okay, well, that's interesting. I love finding out last minute about the goings on of this network, right?
Uh-huh.
You walked in, you said business is booming. There's no way that's true.
Not this business, but the stock market.
Yeah. Casey, do you have a Vanguard? Do you have like an index fund that you contribute to every month?
I have an Acorns account.
Okay.
So
Is that like I thought that was like a credit union for students to build credit.
no, it like takes my change and like a monthly not stipend, but
All right.
amount that I put
All right.
into it and it puts
All
into
right.
like ETFs.
It wasn't what
and
I
the
said.
like.
That's all you need to say. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I thought
Try to answer a
this
question.
was a
and he gets
podcast.
mad
We're
at you.
opening it up to conversation.
No, we can open it up to conversation. We're not dominating the discourse and making it all the Casey show, right?
So if I speak for 10 seconds, I'm dominating the discourse.
You're making it the Casey show. It's the China hour to you. Guys, post-election thoughts.
I mean, it was a wild night.
It was a wash.
We're recording this only a week since it happened, and it feels like it's been a month.
year, yeah. It's a different country. I mean, the thing for me is that I feel like it revealed what's always been there, right?
Which is a slow transitioning to the right by literally every state in America.
By like 3 or 4%. Yeah. That's always happened.
But every state voted more for Trump this election than the last, except for maybe Washington.
I think people voted based on vibe and nothing else. And they're just like, well, I don't like how my wallet feels right now.
Yeah, inflation.
So,
Inflation and immigration, I guess, is what they say.
Anya just walked over and was like,
Yeah, like
So-
she's like, sorry, I cannot.
there was nothing I could do. It was fault.
Is it half an hour late at this point, or a little under?
25, yeah.
If I had to guess, she extended the meeting herself because she
Yeah,
Making small talk.
it's less time she has to spend doing this.
It's
I did
hurtful when
hear
you say
like
shit
what
like
else,
that.
what else coming out of the room
yeah,
over there.
and then I think I heard me go, "Oh, I think we could wrap this up."
Oh,
It's-
I wanted to ask you guys.
Yeah.
And that was on you.
yeah, that was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard that. Yeah,
I feel like she furthered the conversation.
Yeah.
Out of more, I mean, I agree with you that she was the one and the reason why it went over by half an hour. I think it was more because she was genuinely enjoying herself. I don't think it was an avoidance of this show.
Well, yeah. Well, she was enjoying herself because she wasn't doing this.
I just don't like positioning and I as opposites. Right.
We're not doing that.
So what happened to this show, right?
To this show?
Yes, I feel like it used to be like a supportive environment. We used to yes and each other. Now we know but.
Well, 2 minutes ago, you asked Casey to stop talking because he was turning into the Casey show.
The China hour, yeah.
Yeah, so that was you saying no, but. And you're asking what happened to the show.
I was saying no and. That's the difference between us three, right? You guys shut me down. I lift you up by shutting you down.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like the only thing that we can do politically is secede.
But
let's get
literally
California
all
to be
49
an
states.
island physically and
What's the alternative?
Well, the GDP of California is like the 7th highest in the world.
But even
its own
California is
country.
trending red, so there's nowhere to like hide
Nathan
from that
Hochman.
ideology.
Nobody's really talking about
it's sort
that,
of
but
everywhere.
George Gascon, one of the most
if you look at a
progressive
map,
and
it looks like
successful DAs
almost
in
like
Los Angeles
90%
County
of
history
California
got replaced
did
by a
actually vote
Republican
for Trump
in sheep's
as
clothing.
their president.
The sheep's clothing
and the
being
blue
one of those
regions or
California
counties
conservatives
are still
who
trending
are also
towards there.
California kind.
Yes.
Hey, zero. The price is on.
How many green snacks are you holding? We got the smoothie, we got the
Holy
LaCroix,
shit.
we got
They're
the
all
the
green.
pistachio, the green chair.
Can I say something?
Into the mic.
I thought you guys would be waiting for me. Like, I'm not that late.
I wanted to wait, and Jeff had a hard
Not
out.
true at all.
Actually, no,
Not
it's
true at
not
all.
true at all.
I have the whole day.
Amir kept saying, "Can we just start?"
Can we just start?
He said, "How many segments do you have?" I said, "Vaguely 2 or 3." And he was like, "Why don't we just start with the latter 3 and we'll work our way back to the one that Anya needs."
So
to
how
be
many
here
have you
for."
done? 0.
We've
You've
done.
just been talking.
We've been waxing.
We've
which is
done
its own
Casey's
thing.
lollies.
If you must
No,
know.
okay.
Well,
I could've-
actually,
It's how many sweets does Donahue have? Yeah.
let me ask you some questions that
How
we
many
needed.
did you have?
We needed a tiebreaker.
Well, I said I had
He
some.
said he might have a
I had some
Ricola.
Ricolas in my backpack, and we never
First of
decided
all,
if that's a
does
sweet or
does
not.
that count as a sweet or not?
No.
Okay. Secondly,
so I don't
Of course
have
not.
any.
It's a
do you
cough
remember
drop.
Tootsie Roll Pop wrappers? Some of them having
And
the stars.
a star with a cowboy.
So what did the star indicate in your part of the world?
I think it was like good luck.
Interesting.
No. Or you get a free lollipop?
That's what I heard.
You get a free
And I
lollipop.
think this
That's
was
what
just
I
kids
heard.
lying to each other.
I think that was kids lying to you. Never got a free lollipop.
Third one. Do you remember chocolates with like little liqueur in them? Like
A little liqueur?
Like liquor in the middle
Like
of
a
the
cherry?
chocolate. It was like a
little chocolate
water bottle. Yeah, chocolate.
and then
bottle.
inside is like a,
a drop. Yeah, of like
Kahlua.
almost red wine or something.
Sorry.
Didn't happen.
Pornography might be illegal in like 6 months, and we're talking about liquor in chocolate bottles.
Pornography might be
Pornography.
illegal?
That's part of Project 2025.
Okay.
So Trump already said that he doesn't actually know what Project 2025 is and that it won't actually happen. Do you not believe him?
Is this the
No.
first time you brought up the election?
We haven't recorded since the election. So
Are you
yeah.
recording now?
Yeah.
My microphone also?
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
My microphone also.
Are you recording video? It doesn't look like you are.
Holy shit!
Oh my god. Yeah.
There's not even a hard drive plugged in there.
It's been a long time since I've been in the LA studio.
It's actually, you were right, but it's really offensive for you to ask if Jeff was recording video.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm willing to
Like,
take
it
that risk.
ultimately did need to give him that, but like, it shouldn't have happened.
I asked
you
him
guys-
about the cameras because look at what's happening over here. It's insane.
Why is that pointing this way?
It's what I was saying, and he said I have everything under control. This is how I.
He was
want
also
it.
producing a lot, like changing camera angles.
I
Oh,
saw
he
him
was
doing it.
pressing so many buttons.
Yeah. In vain.
What's so cool? So are we starting? Are we
We
starting
also
over?
talked about going to Musso and Frank's at some point.
I would love to. I was just talking about Musso and Frank's.
Right. So
We'll
I don't
grab
know
some
why it's all about
martinis and
how I
some
forgot to
oysters.
record the video for the first 20 minutes, right?
Should I start over? Should we do the green bit again?
Green bit. You want to hold up your green snacks? You have a green juice, you have a green LaCroix, you have pistachios.
But which camera? All of them are pointed at Casey.
No.
None of them are pointed at
One of them is on you and Casey, and then the other one is
a one shot.
what we needed to talk about once Anya got here.
Is it
The
pointed at
curtain?
the curtain?
For years, I've been saying that this studio would have been maybe more beautiful, more conducive to the video if it was a cola, if it was a
Yeah.
chime green.
Yeah.
Everyone, spearheaded by Anya, would say, no, it's fine as is. Charcoal works for camera. Like people's skin tone pops or whatever. That's cola.
That's
That's cola.
And your
Brown.
snacks are chine green. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
It's finally
It's
happening.
working.
It doesn't work. It's brown on charcoal. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, so what you're saying
What
is
are
cola's
we
a bad
doing?
color, and we shouldn't have done it.
No, it all would have worked if it was cola. I mean, the
is-
fucking beige sound things, right? The wood backdrop, and now the brown curtain.
So you think it should have been brown, beige, and more brown?
The brown curtain is also what Marty was calling it when Johnny and I both worked at Headgum at the same time.
Oh, no.
That's really funny.
This
The brown
whole
curtain
thing-
doesn't, it clashes, dude.
Exactly.
This would have been way funnier if the cameras still
We're
weren't
off. I know.
recording.
I almost
Thank
wish I
God,
never
by the way.
asked.
Thank God. It just, it's fine. I get that it's
This
fine.
was a placeholder curtain.
What's it eventually going to be?
Ideally, we're gonna have like
The curtains are not in frame, are they?
they're not usually in frame, not unless you set the cameras
Yeah,
up
unless
like
you
this.
point instead of a wide shot of everyone sitting on the set. It's a
You have a
camera
close-up
that's
of it.
Right, but
on.
the
They
first
just
20 minutes
pointed
weren't even
directly
recorded.
at the curtain. Yeah.
We're gonna have like blinds, kind of, which will be nicer.
Okay, so I can kind
This
of
is
look
kinda
at them
working.
like a private eye?
This is a work in progress studio, but we're not taking feedback from you or the listeners.
The studios are a living organism.
That's right.
Mm.
Good
Shit,
call.
How do you
that are
figure-
constantly changing and evolving.
Isn't that
And
the
it's
problem,
only
though?
up to
Isn't that the problem? Because the
Anya
last
and
time I was in
me
New York,
what
the
the-
last
what
episode
the
we
choices
recorded
are.
in New York, nothing worked tech-wise, and we had to start 50 minutes late.
I wasn't there. I think I already flew back
It's
here.
what you did.
Can I
though.
say something,
You
though?
flew in and you
That is not true.
fucked it all.
Everything works in this studio, and you still fuck it up. So what does it matter?
Oh,
Get his ass.
My God. Oh, yeah.
I'm not feeling great today, Geoff.
Is it the smoothie or the pistachios?
That's actually gonna undo it. This, I don't know. I'm just thirsty.
That's all true, but we got it. In New York, we spent an hour and we couldn't even get it.
Oh, they should make me bi-coastal. I've been saying this. The New York people want me there.
They want you on that wall.
They
I will
need
say
me
also,
on
New
that
York-
room.
The only city.
What's
What are
that?
we all doing even?
What do you
Am I
mean?
right?
Well, New York doesn't have Musso and
Mhm.
Franks, let alone Bordners.
Borders?
What's that?
Bordners?
Romans, I
Bordners.
said.
Bordner's
Bordner's?
bookstore?
Yeah.
Do you mean Borders books?
No, he
No,
means
Bordners in Hollywood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in Hollywood.
What'd you do for your birthday?
So yeah.
I
You got sick, we should say.
I don't feel great, but that's from the travel back, I think.
No, you're contagious and you're in the room.
No, I don't think I'm contagious.
But you are in the
Is
room.
I am in the
Fink is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
I'm okay.
What, you were back east for
Yeah.
your birthday?
Yeah, I was upstate.
You were looking at real
Upstate New
estate
York.
rentals that you might move to if they move you to the New York studios to fix what you did on purpose so that they would move you to New York to fix it.
That's actually a good strategy I haven't thought of. We should break more things in the New York studio so that we have to be bi-coastal.
There's a baseball bat, and also Joel never takes his fucking bike off the wall.
I hit my head against the bike.
There you go.
I walked around my favorite town. I ate at some of my favorite restaurants. I had a gluten-free burger, and then I had oysters for dessert.
Oysters for dessert?
hmm
That's
You know that oysters are just a multivitamin, really. It's like everything you need in one little shell, plus
Is that
some
true?
net if you're lucky. Some Walter's wash, etc. Onion in sort of a savory ponzu
Shallot.
on, shallot sauce on an oyster. Does that make sense?
Nope. Onion zero?
That's really good.
You know that.
Onion Kanevskaya.
You know that's. I had a friend that I made when I was little at the laundromat, and the first time, like we would both go there while our parents were doing laundry, and the first time I met him, he thought my name was Onion, and I was too embarrassed to correct him, so he called me Onion for our entire friendship.
That's really
I was a very
good.
shy, strange child.
Imagine you coming in with a casserole at a like Friendsgiving potluck, and they're like, "What'd you make?" And you say onion Kanevskaya. What would that? What would that dish be to you?
It's a casserole. It's like an onion-based. It's like a French onion soup baked.
Yeah,
That's an idea.
not
Yeah.
terrible.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
My family's coming down, so I think we're gonna spend it in the valley at my parents' house.
Classic.
Classic.
You
My
going?
birthday's on Thanksgiving. You guys aren't going to
Excuse me,
come to
we're having a
Musso's?
conversation.
Sorry. Yeah, uninvited then.
You just got uninvited from Jeff's Thanksgiving. sucks.
You're
I'm not. I wasn't
Do you think
gonna
he'll
go.
prepare?
Maybe
Do you
the
think he'll
thing
prepare
most
anything for
grateful
it, or do you
for.
think it'll be kind of last minute? He's throwing together some dishes. He's throwing dishes.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to prepare food for it, or do you think he's going to throw plates around because he forgot to cook?
Plates are empty.
That's exactly what I think would happen at Jeff's giving.
Jeff's giving, yeah,
Jeff's
exactly.
giving.
Right.
Your
It's
birthday is on
giving-
Thanksgiving this year?
This year it is, yeah. By the way,
Thursday.
Jeff's giving, and then the theme is the C word.
Jeff's giving cunt.
Exactly right.
And you're hosting it yourself?
/ share. I'm between the two.
/ share.
Giving share.
Okay.
Are you going home, Casey?
I am going to Florida for
Wow.
Thanksgiving. yeah.
Wow, a Florida Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Classic.
It's, I mean,
Cozy,
like pretty much every Thanksgiving is a Florida Thanksgiving for me.
because that's where you're from.
It's where my family lives, and now the airplay thing is on the screen.
Are you going to stay in LA since you were just traveling?
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah. It's
I'm
hard to
gonna
travel
make an
on
Anya
Thanksgiving.
an onion kind of Skaya.
You
Sorry, I
were with your
forgot.
family for a week.
I was. We did it. We got it done.
Yeah. The
No need
Thanksgiving
to.
of it
No
all.
need to see them again.
Yeah.
I think
Thanksgiving's
that's
not
good.
important to us.
It's good because Thanksgiving is a difficult travel day. So you might as
Exactly.
well stay at home.
Exactly. Good. That's a great point.
I'm traveling before Thanksgiving.
Well, it's good. But that whole week is a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
Welcome to a brand new ass segment as hell.
A what?
As hell.
A brand new segment as hell.
Life Unlimited.
Casey,
Spectrum.
you are a director. Is
That's
that fair
right.
to say? Right?
That's
a filmmaker, ordinaire.
Oh, savage.
Um,
I was gonna put Jeff in the movie, but
I guess not anymore.
guess not.
Not if
I
you're
said
just an ordinary.
extraordinaire.
No, you did
You
not.
didn't.
Shit ass. Sorry.
It's the one thing. He prepared for the
Did
show
not
was that
adjust the
joke.
camera. I sent an email telling people how to properly use this equipment,
Which
and now
it
I'm
works
learning.
it works when you have time. It doesn't work when you're on the fucking fly like this. Anya was 25 minutes late, right?
How
I
was
had an
the
important
meeting?
meeting.
With who?
Really good.
Yeah.
With who?
Can't say, but it'll be exciting.
We
Jeff
already
said
have
a lot.
We already have a
Jeff
lot.
can't stop saying
Yeah.
it.
Luckily, he'll cut that and it's not on video anyway.
This is a new.
Is the GoPro on?
The GoPro is on. Can I introduce the segment, or do you
Yeah,
guys
for
just want
sure.
to gab? Which we
I
can
have
do
one last
anytime.
question about the cameras.
Fine.
What will the YouTube video show when you weren't recording for the first 20 minutes?
Hopefully, an animated version of your conversation.
That's funny.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I
or
wish
it
you could do that.
be,
AI can.
Yeah, maybe a couple AI things of like, this is what Casey Donahue would look like if blank. This is what Amir would look like riding a fucking horse.
That's cool. I don't think AI does individuals like that, but yeah, it could be interesting.
All right, here we go. This is a new segment where I'm going to, it's called Casey's Notes, right?
Mhm.
Everything is Casey's something. It's Casey's dollars, Casey's coins, Casey's
Casey's dimes.
lollies.
Casey's Lollies. The next
Yeah.
week's going to be Casey's Follies.
And
which
then what
is
is this? Casey's.
This is Casey's,
Casey's
notes.
Okay.
Casey's a director and filmmaker extraordinaire.
Thank you.
And this is a new segment where periodically I'm just going to bring in things that I've found in life, come across shorts, commercials, movies, clips, segments, whatever, and that I think is flawed. And we're going to get Casey's notes on what he would have done to fix it. This
Great.
is
This
a
is great. Should
commercial
we
for
go?
Spectrum.
Mm.
And let's
You can give
just
Casey notes.
let's just check this out.
And I always do.
And this is the one that Anya had to be here for?
Nope, that was the Chine Green thing or whatever.
Pre-roll.
Never had to worry about what you could do. Because
Is this the ad or is this a pre-roll?
This is the Adam show.
what if
Can you see
all
it?
things
I can
that
see.
get in
Yeah,
the
I
way
can
were
see it. Thank
gone?
you.
So the only thing left was possibility. If anywhere could be the center of everywhere, then boundaries only existed to be pushed. If every single drop of potential could be made real, so the only limit you faced was how big you could dream. And say you knew there were like almost 100,000 people across the country, right in your town, committed to making that happen. Every day. What would you do then? Some pretty cool stuff, I bet. Yeah. That'd be some life. That'd be life unlimited.
All right. Fine.
Oh, Spectrum. Okay.
Worst company that exists.
That's awful. It's an awful commercial.
Yeah, that was really bad.
He's just like, he keeps saying everything with the same exact cadence, and he's just like, what would you do if you could dream a lot? Some pretty awesome shit, I bet.
It was kind of like
Okay.
word salad. He wasn't really saying anything.
Well,
but
to
was
that
saying
end, I'd love to have the
everything.
little fucker on the show because I think he takes after his old man.
That's your son?
You guys are the same age, arguably.
That guy's also
So you
26.
read for this and you didn't get it, and that's why you have vendetta against it?
Fucking pissed. Yeah.
Because you can't ride a bike.
Or
I said we
swim.
could fucking fly on a trike. And you could CGI the fucking training wheels off the bitch.
You have training wheels on a tricycle?
Yeah,
There's
6
5
wheels.
wheels for extra security. All right, I'm fucking nervous on this shit. I'm on the Catch Me in Frogtown, and I'm like falling into the LA River.
Oh,
Falling
backing
into
into
car
spoke.
photo shoots happening down in the concrete basin. Oh, wheels side by side. No, that was awful. The inspirational music, and for internet.
Yeah,
For
I don't,
internet,
I
you
don't
can
know
dream
what their like thesis is that they're trying to.
Well, the thesis is like, if
It's
you
life
dreamt,
unlimited.
yeah.
what does that mean?
What would you do if you didn't have any boundaries?
Exactly.
Some pretty cool stuff, I bet.
Nothing to do with the internet.
That's my point.
They want you to get outside and be off the internet.
the copy's bad, the acting's bad.
I think the ad was trying to say you could get the internet anywhere.
So you don't need it when you're like jumping into a.
Well, they're saying
lake
you
or
can't.
whatever.
What if you could have it then?
It just so
Your
clearly
phone's
was
hopefully
blue
on
skied
the
by a
shore.
room full of like
I
70-year-olds.
said it's a bad ad.
Because
Yeah.
I think they're playing off of like Stand By Me with like the fucking bikes and like a group of tweens riding trikes hither than thither on a bridge. I'm like,
Jeff doesn't know what it's like to be a child or have friends. as a
nobody
child.
rides bikes over bridges as a kid anymore.
Of course they do.
No, they're playing Fortnite and shit.
Unfortunately, I think he's
he's
right.
Yeah. And they're watching Skibidi Toilet.
What is Skibidi Toilet? That's a show?
I think that's the thing. that
Yeah,
showed
I
you
think
on
it's going to be a
Instagram.
movie.
What do you mean?
I
The guy
think
that was
I hate the entertainment.
I think it's it's being made into a movie produced by Michael Bay. I swear
no
to God.
way.
What Michael Bay, if he was smart, would make a branded content movie a la Barbie for Old Bay.
If he was smart,
Yep.
Yeah, I said what I said. What is Skibidi Toilet? Explain it to me like I'm.
I actually
50.
don't think there's a way for us to understand because we're too old.
it's a,
like it
it's a
really only
computer
appeals.
animated thing.
Uh-huh.
There's
Russian,
a head in
by
a
the way.
toilet.
Okay.
It's made by a Russian.
Oh yeah.
I heard people saying it like to kids in New York, and I was
Well,
like,
I know
"Oh
That's
my
a
that
god!"
Skibidi
my
or
friend's a
Skibidi,
teacher.
Ohio.
What is Skibidi?
It's just like the name of this thing, but now like
It's like
It's basically
Yosemite Sam.
who?
but they're like banning it. Like you can't say it in schools because kids are saying
Skibidi,
it so much.
Skibidi is essentially peanut butter jelly time.
So
I
it's
don't
a-
think I think
It's
Amir's too
LOL
old
random.
It's a
for
song.
It's
for-
random sauce. It's weak
random-
sauce.
yes,
it's
exactly.
MOMG,
That's all it is.
LMFAO,
And the kids love it because
Rafflecopter,
it's
yeah.
like, it's so Skibidi.
Derp. You know what I mean? Like it's
Exactly.
obviously, yeah. Like, why are you guys not enjoying this?
enjoying.
And what? Got him.
You didn't hear it either time.
No.
Sorry, I'm sorry, but you did say it funny.
Oh my god.
Plotting to kill
So
me.
do you want like notes on how to make that better?
You've done quite enough with the commercial.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're just abandoning it.
I think you got what you wanted. You said it was bad, and it's okay that you didn't get it.
Wow, that is
The-
8 million views.
Welcome to JD or Nah.
Uh-oh.
These are quotes from Vance or they're not.
You know Vance is younger than me.
Yeah, I buy that.
So the president, potentially, is really close to being younger than I am.
Because you think Trump's gonna like have a cardiac event or what?
I mean, I didn't say that, but he does run on Duncan. And he's what, 79? I wouldn't say there's a 0% chance he makes it to 82.
Or Anya
He's only
somehow gets
70
that invite to the White House and you bring an onion zero or whatever the fuck that
Onion
has a little
Kanevskaya.
too much of that
Arsenic.
shit in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sauce.
I think out of everyone here, you're most likely to get invited to Trump's White House.
Because of the Russian thing?
the
or-
Russian thing, yeah,
He
yeah.
loves you.
I don't think so because Jewish
Mm.
of the Jewish thing.
Yeah.
He loves the Jews.
I'm neutral at best. Okay.
Here we go. Ready? You guys
Yeah.
just It's not a game. Just
Oh, okay.
This is a little bit
Round table.
depressing for the record, but okay.
Mr. Trump is unfit for our nation's highest office.
True.
True.
He said that.
Yeah,
Vance.
he said that.
Yeah.
He obviously did say that. So
And that was just last week.
Yeah.
Crazy how little it matters.
That was before they won Florida and he thought they were going to lose.
He was kind of playing both sides.
Trump talks like my dad sitting around the dinner table.
True.
Vance.
Vance.
Sorry, it's Vance or not.
It's Vance or nah. Sorry.
Sorry.
I'll say
Vance.
nah because it was kind of a boring
Sorry. It's
statement.
JD or nah.
Oh, nah.
So I say JD.
JD.
All right. It starts to get a little harder.
Are you going
Are
to
you
give us the
gonna-
answer?
Yeah, what's the answer?
Oh, the first two were JD.
Okay.
Vance, really. But it does get hard because a lot of this is taken from Hillbilly Elegy and he contradicts himself all the time.
Mhm.
Whoa.
You read that?
I read snippets enough to make the game. I didn't read the book.
Holy shit, he read the book.
He read a
admitted
book?
it. How was the movie?
That's the book you
Hillbilly
chose to
Elegy?
read?
I think horrible. And it tanked Amy Adams' career.
What did?
The movie.
Hillbilly Elegy.
They made a movie of Hillbilly Elegy?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Oof.
I think it got a couple Oscar nominations.
I think Vance has an EGOT
Wow.
because he
What
wrote
did he
In the
get the
Heights.
Tony for?
In the Heights.
He
did
got.
In the
choreography
He did choreographer in the Heights.
for that
Crazy.
one Blackout song. Yeah,
There's no way.
yeah.
He did choreo
For,
Wait,
In
for
the-
In the Heights, which was a musical that came out in like 2005.
yeah.
And he would have been like 21.
It's exactly the age where you make choreo for musicals.
I don't know what I did to Anya.
I think you started the episode without her.
And
You did
you
that.
pointed a camera at the curtain that I like to keep off camera, and then
It looks not ideal.
Chastised you.
Even if we had gotten black ones, it would have looked better.
Don't look at me.
we did
All
have black ones at first, and it looked worse.
That's what I was going to say.
And then he won the Grammy for
The
he-
In the Heights album.
no
live recording.
It was Despacito.
He was on Despacito.
He was a
He was
co-writer
one of
on
the
Despacito.
writers.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the Spanish part.
That makes sense.
He had a publishing deal with Crush Music. So he wrote on like the latest Panic at the Disco album for some reason.
That one actually does make sense.
And then the Emmy was for his debate performance because he
It was really good.
absolutely
Crush.
destroyed what's his face.
Can't even
Lost.
remember now.
Doesn't matter. He's gone.
Yeah.
Lost to the annals of history.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have another one?
Yeah, can we move on,
Despacito.
please?
Okay.
Or do you
I thought
want
you
to
were gonna
keep
sing
making
Desperado,
jokes
by the
about
way. The Eagles
anal?
song.
Desperado. This is how we do it down in El Dorado.
That was awful.
Okay.
I got bullied at Yale worse than Haley Joel Osment was in Pay It Forward. The difference was I made it out alive. The Democrats lack that kind of resilience.
JD.
Nah.
Nah.
That was nah.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah.
You thought he actually said that?
I don't know. He's an
More
idiot.
than Haley Joel Osment and Pay It Forward?
right? You're right. That's crazy. He said some crazy stuff in that book, though.
Yeah,
No,
but that was really
the couch thing.
Yeah. What separates the successful from the unsuccessful are the expectations that they had for their own lives. Yet the message from the right is increasingly it's not your fault that you're a loser. It's the government's fault.
That sounds like Vance.
JD.
Because it wasn't funny. And neither are you.
I didn't know that the first
so
one was
maybe
funny.
I wrote it.
You know why?
That's why it's hard. That's why this game's hard.
I am 4 for 4, and I will guarantee JD said that one.
Show me JD.
Eh.
That was JD.
It was
Vance.
Vance, yeah, of
That
course.
tracks. Sounds like something Trump would say, to be honest.
Thank you.
When I was
The
in the
haters
third
and the losers of it all.
Mm.
Sorry. I'm so
Sorry.
sorry. No, I'm sorry.
when I was in the third grade, I thought that I was gay.
That's it.
Because I could draw. Then I realized being gay was the worst thing a man could be, so I started hating women instead.
That's a nah.
That's a
The
nah.
beginning of it is a Macklemore song. I don't know if you
That's a
took it
nah
from
because I feel
somewhere.
like
that
that
true?
quote would have come
Yeah.
up at some
Really?
point in the
It's the
election.
Macklemore
cycle.
song.
That's a nah. That's a nah. I think I should have.
gay marriage.
You don't know "Same Love" by Macklemore?
No.
And that lady
Yeah, you
who
do.
sings the chorus.
I really don't. But
My
that's
love,
okay.
my love, my love, she keeps me warm. She keeps me warm.
What?
Popular song at the time.
When I was in the 3rd grade, I thought that I was gay.
No
'Cause I could
way.
draw. My uncle was, and I kept my room straight. I told my mom.
You never heard
that?
What you're going through is what we all went through years ago.
Ben, you've loved girls since before pre-K.
Don't worry, you're not gay.
You are a little pervert.
This is a song about how he's not gay, but he's like, I think I know what it's like.
The chorus is actually pretty good. It's a lady singing. What's her name? Already forget.
This is like the Democratic anthem.
This is
You
why
didn't
they
let me hear
lost.
the-
You want to hear the
Yeah, no
whole
shit.
thing?
I want to hear the chorus.
America the brave still fears what we don't know.
Oh, 'cause it's about gay marriage. Was this after gay marriage was legalized? Or before?
I think before. I think it was like 2013.
And I can't change,
Even if I try.
even if I try.
I'm glad I've never heard this. I wish I never knew.
Yeah.
Looks like you're on the phone with Macklemore right now. Keep playing. I actually really like it.
I don't think he should have done this song. I thought he just did a fun little song about shopping.
No, yeah, the
No.
whole album.
Oh, I've heard this.
This is after that.
Oh,
I
you
knew
did
that.
hear that.
I know that part. She keeps me warm. I didn't know it was about gay marriage.
So you
about-
didn't recognize it when I
yeah.
sang it?
You didn't sing it good. You didn't sing it that good.
Unbelievable.
Sorry. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like that.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
I didn't write Hillbilly Elegy because I've accomplished extraordinary. I wrote this book because I've achieved something quite ordinary.
No, this is the first one I'm really on the fence about. But I feel like it's got to be Vance. It was too boring. Although he did just make an extraordinary and ordinary joke earlier.
I know.
which
That's
was a
kind of
tip-off.
that was the start to the segment.
So maybe
Not the
That-
start, but the start to your.
That was the
tenure on
last
show.
segment. That was for
Oh,
Casey's notes.
that's right.
Yeah.
he
Casey,
did.
director
So maybe
ordinaire.
Geoff did write that.
It's really good, actually.
So I'll say Geoff did
Can't
write
catch
this
on. It's gonna ruin everything.
And what's everything?
one. China is fine, just not that.
China is such a cool nickname.
I'll say nah for this.
I still don't understand.
Me neither. Me neither. Don't ask.
You think nah?
I think nah.
I think
I'm gonna go
I think
JD.
JD. I think yeah.
JD.
Wow, streak
that was
broken.
Vance.
Crazy.
Do you guys think he owns that dog, or do you think that's a prop dog?
JD?
I've never seen.
I
him
think
with a
they're
dog.
eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
They're eating the
good.
dogs.
Oh, that's even better.
Thank you.
I think they were both pretty good. They're just different versions of Dom.
No, yours was bad.
Yeah.
Casey sounded like Trump.
Okay.
Yours was sort of Al Pacino. They're eating the dogs.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's an even better Pacino.
Yeah. That's funny.
Casey should do SNL.
That's crazy. That's Casey.
Maybe I'll give it a shot.
Why don't you
That's
direct the
China.
digital shorts?
What?
Okay, I'll do one and see what they think.
Yeah.
All right. That's not how they hire.
Just been banging on.
All you know is
for
how
a
they
long
don't
time.
hire, though, right?
Got him.
All right. Never was the cultural divide. This one's long, but it's from his book.
Oh, I'm gonna say JD then.
Well, just
Yeah, I'm gonna
listen
say
to
JD
it.
also.
Never was the cultural divide between working class white folks and the northeastern elite clearer to me than when I spent one Thanksgiving with a Yale friend's family in Massachusetts. Where I come from, Thanksgiving dinner usually consists of some deli turkey and a side of sauce. By contrast, my friend's family served Cornish game hen on a bed of leaves, candied yams with praline drizzle,
This is so Geoff.
savory
Side
black
of
pie
sauce.
made in the Dutch tradition, garish ham with a pecan drizzle, diplomat's pudding, and about 12 other sides that I
Diplomat's
couldn't help but
pudding.
fathom. Instead of doing an uncle off, which is where elder generation brothers fight to the death, they watched football and read off conversation starters. In that moment, I was proud to come from a Steel Town trash family. At least we have sauce.
It's so funny that as soon as you started describing food, we knew it was Geoff. Oh, he's talking about food in a way again? Yeah, it's got to be a Geoff original.
Sliced deli turkey with a side of sauce.
That was Vance.
Really?
No way.
No way. Yeah, that was me.
You had me at uncle off.
That's when you jack off your uncle.
Jesus.
What?
Thank God was gone, right? Because otherwise, if he had heard that joke, he would have changed his whole opinion of you past the meeting.
Pass the
Post meeting.
Can you pass the meeting?
Not every town can or should be saved.
No.
JD.
JD
Vance.
Yeah.
That was
Good
Vance.
guy. Good guy.
Which town is
Get
he
him.
talking
Get him in office.
I don't know.
is what
I don't know what context that was said.
Doesn't
All right,
even
last
matter.
one.
Where does he live?
in the White House, right?
I know.
DC soon enough.
Yeah, but before that.
Well, the
In
VP
Ohio.
doesn't.
I don't know.
The VP lives in the
Senator
VP
from Ohio.
mansion, so not the White House.
Ohio's where
Yeah,
Jeff's
but I
from.
think it would be
Yeah.
funnier if the VP was roommates with the P.
They
In
share a
bunk beds?
bedroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Was
That's
he near you in Ohio?
No,
Vance?
he was in like southern Ohio near Cincinnati, I think.
Mm.
What does that mean? Like,
I mean,
what's the
worse.
Borderline Kentucky.
Yeah.
Borderline.
vibe? That's what he
Um,
wants us to believe.
Thank God my Mima and Peepaw died in their sleep, because if they had lived much longer, they would have had simultaneous cardiac events when they met my brown wife.
Nah.
Can I
Aw.
recommend Mima and Peepaw died in their sleep-aw?
You can recommend it,
But Vance said it.
but Vance, but you can't change what Vance said. How
don't-
does JD do?
JD do.
That's not JD, that's GJ.
Really
you.
good.
GJ.
GJ Vance.
What's
That's
your
not
middle
bad.
name?
Aaron.
Jadge.
Yeah. I sent this to Amir. I had a DoorDash delivery driver with the name Vagina K.
No, his name was Vaginak. It wasn't
can't be making
vagina.
fun of this
last
man's name.
K.
I think I'm the only one in the room who can.
Vaginac.
Vagina.
That's crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
you did order pussy from Salazar. What did you expect? I'm obviously kidding. He had like, what was it, like enchiladas or something?
Yeah, it was like garish hen with like the Cornish
sauce,
fashion and
yeah.
the
Garish.
Dutch
Fashion.
diplomats pudding, etc.
I once had an Uber driver who was a Polish immigrant, and he was telling me he came here to be an actor, and the biggest gig he ever got was shut the fuck up. Eat shit and die.
Got her. Absolutely got her ass. Oh, but when he does the sound thing to me, it's funny, isn't it?
It's funny when he does it to me also. That one's funny. No, whatever. He said the only job he ever got was as like one of the bad guys in the Quibi version of The Fugitive starring Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, he was
So
an
they
actor.
they did The Fugitive in like 20-minute
Chunks.
Yeah.
chunks. And he
For
was like,
Quibi?
if Quibi didn't fail, I would have made it big because of that.
Well, he would have only made it, I'd say, half as big as he thought he would, because if someone turns the phone, now he's not in the frame. You know,
At all, yeah. If they went 90.
if they go
If
90,
They went
Yeah.
90.
Yeah. They went 90 ultimately.
Anyways, he's no Vagina K, but he was a cool guy.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Headgum Podcast. We'll see you guys again next week. No
Plugs?
No plugs.
No plugs.
No plugs this
No
week.
plugs.
That was a Headgum original.